The purpose is this video is to show you how to use the Gazelle EVS Client application. I remind you that the EVS Client application is the front end to the different validation services that are embedded into Gazelle testbed. So the application is accessible from the URL gazelle.it.net/EVS Client. Be careful of the capitalization. It's capital E, V, S, and C. As you can see in this application, you can use it without being logged in. I'm not linked right now. And what you can notice is that you have different menus for different contexts. So we have validations for IG. This is for the EVSOS project. This is for CDA in the context of the AZIP project, the DMP. This is for the eSense project. This is IG Germany, HL7 message validation. And this is where you access the schematrons that are bound to the tool. You then also have a menu that shows statistics about the tools. And you have the message content analyzer, which is a tool that analyzes a message for different content and then will call the different validation services. What I'm going to show you here is how to use the EVS client in order to perform a CDA document validation using the object checker validator. So I will perform an IG CDA document validation. So I select the menu IG, go to the CDA and press validate. There I will add the document that I want to validate. So this is a CDA document for the RCS EP profile in the cardiology domain. And I will select in the menu here the RCS EP. We currently don't have automatic detection of the CDA content for automatic selection of the validator, but that's a feature we plan to add. So once I've selected this choice of validator I want to use, I will press the validate button. That will call the validation service, and so send the document, perform the validation, and receive the outcome of the validation. So what you can see here in the outcome of the validation, let me increase the display. You have first information about the validation that was performed. This is the name of the file that we used, the OID that is assigned to that very validation. So we have a unique reference to that validation, the date at which you perform the validation, and the permanent link to that validation result. So it's a link. If you click on it, that will open that page, and so you can share the outcome of the validation with other people that way. So what we do here, it's validation performed using object checker. So we have once again the validation report here with the validation date, the tool that was used for the validation, so it's the model here and the version of the model, and the status of the validation, which is failed, because the object checker model-based validation failed. So what we did is we first checked that the XML was well formed. So if you start a tag, you close it correctly, that you escape the characters correctly. So that's the first check. Then we check that the schema, the CDA schema, is well implemented into the document, so that the document is valid according to the CDA schema. If this had failed, we would have the outcome of the XSD validation here and the pointer to the errors. And finally, the validation using the object checker, and the outcome is that it failed because there was 1 error and 8 warnings out of the more than 5,000 checks that were performed. So here is the detailed result of the validation that you can see here. In the detailed validation of the results, you can filter and show only, remove the errors, or remove the warnings, remove the so you can hide and show whatever you want. You can also show the templates that were identified into the document. So that's the tree of templates that were found in the document. As you can see, there are many templates that were identified. And what you can notice here is that there are some templates that have been discovered in the document, but which are unknown, either because they are out of place in the document, or because they have not been implemented into the model, or because there was an error in the document and the ID, the OID of the template used was incorrect. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have one error, so we see where the error is located here in the template tree, and same for the warnings. Okay, let me hide that so that we get some landscape. Here is the report of the error, where we have the identification of the test that is performed, the location in the document, that's the XPath inside the document. And what I can do here is click on the green arrow, and that will redirect me to the location of the error within the XML document. And here again, I've got the repetition of the error, so I can search in my XML where the error is correct, is exactly located. Let me go back to the top of the document. There is also here a link more, which will give you some further detail about the object constraint language sequence that is applied to the document. So this is the actual code that checks for errors inside the document. And as you can see in this error, we check that we have the field assigned constituent, etc., etc., and that the value there match codes from the specific value set. And what we provide here is these checks that we are doing here are coming from requirements that are inside the specification. And I can click here and find out where it's coming from within the specs. So I see this is the assertion ID 116658, and I see on the side the specification corresponding to that requirement with the specification specified here. So what we are testing here is that the document in that section shall contain exactly only one assigned custodian. And the class code will be assigned, etc., etc. So we are checking that, and so this is in the assertion manager how we have extracted the requirement from the document, reported in the assertion manager, and mapped them to where we are testing it, and we are testing it in the model-based validator. So to summarize, here is the report of my validation. I've got an error. If I'm not understanding exactly what is meant here, I can click on the more and view the code that is performed to perform the validation. And finally, find the corresponding section in the specification. Here we are looking at the supplement for that document. And the extraction of the assertion. So the advantage for the tester is that you can map the error to where the developer who wrote the test tool have extracted this requirement and implemented the testing. So if we made an error in our constraint computation here, you may say, hey, you're raising an error here in my document, but I do not agree with what you're reporting. Your interpretation of the specification is wrong. and we know exactly where it's coming from. Okay, to go further, what we provide at the bottom of the document is a vision of the document. So you have the XML version of the document. You can hide or show the line numbers. And we also provide a view of the document using basic CDA style sheet, but we can go with different one if you need to add some further one, which may be easier for you to read or review the document. So this is how you perform a CDA document validation. What I can do further is that this result will be public because I've performed the validation as I was not logged in. If you want this validation to be private and no one find out this document in the database, then you should log in first. Maybe you can create an account in Gazelle Test Management. And once you have an account, you can log in. It's a single sign-on. And then you will be able to validate your document privately. On the other hand, if you are searching for samples document, you can look at the validation logs. And you'll see here that we got tons of documents that have been validated by different users that are accessible. And you can search by, I want a document that passed validation for, I don't know, an RCS EP document. So there are 12 of them. And you can even search for specific templates that were present in this document. So if you search for a document with that template, that reduces the filtering, and then you can click on it and view the outcome of the validation. Even look at the document itself, and if you'd like to get a copy of that document, you can download it to use as an example. Okay, the final thing I want to say on that part is that you can download the entire validation results under an XML file and use that as a proof to provide as to one of your provider if they need it, or to report to one of your provider that they are providing documents that are wrong according to our validator. Thank you.